Welcome to the Leela Life Show. I'm your host, Linda Andrews, an honor to be with you today, where prosperity meets well-being. And we have hit the midway point of winter. I know winter feels different for everyone, and we are definitely making our way tiptoeing towards spring. Do you feel more clarity emerging? Do you feel more vision emerging? And I absolutely hope that this whole process of the Leela Life Show is a helpful companion as you traverse your own seasonal living and what you're calling in your life. And right now, as you're thinking of your 2026 vision, connecting that with your longer term vision, remembering right now that you do not need to rush clarity. Even if it's one tidbit, that's been how it's been feeling for me as I've been giving more time to vision, giving more time to what I'm working on. I each day it crystallizes a little bit more. It's not the full picture, it's not all the answers, but it's getting more clear one step at a time, day by day. And that energy of rushing, of forcing, it definitely clouds it. And so I want you to pay attention to that for yourself and just notice this is all a practice, a noticing. I hope that you get one or two little shifts that can help guide you along your way with more ease. When the clarity feels like it's gone, just noticing if it's because there's more noise. And what does noise look like? It's different for everyone. It can be your own versions, your own flavors of distraction, your own choices that are full of disempowerment, your own ways of drama or dysfunction that play out in your life. And so noticing where the noise is coming from, and that can also inform some of the shifts that you want to be making. I hope you've been enjoying this practice of the heart math gratitude breath. We're going to start with that right now. If you want to join me, I'm going to close my eyes. We'll do a inhale for 4 seconds with a moment of gratitude, exhale for 6 seconds, and noticing the shift in your own energetics, your own frequency as we do this practice. Taking a regular breath to begin, inhaling and exhaling, and starting with that inhale for the 4 count, and exhaling for the 6 count, and inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling, and inhaling and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling. And last round, immersing with gratitude and exhaling. And noticing subtle adjustments in your state of being, coming back into this moment. This heart math and gratitude breath has taken on a whole new life. I shared this with my grandma to help her calm and settle with her appointments she may be going to, and she literally has it written down. She tells it to me. It's very sweet, and I think it's helped her, and I hope it helps you. All right. So with that being said, we're in this midpoint of winter. We're trekking towards spring. Vision's getting a little bit clearer. Chaos could also be as loud as ever, but noticing that your own pressure, external pressure, how that can start to distort the clarity that you may be looking for here. And so, is it coming from yourself? Is it an inner pressure? Is it an outer pressure? First, again, noticing, paying attention to how that's showing up for you. And just something to bring to your own awareness is that that sense of pressure, that urgency, it can be clouding your intuition. And so you having space to hear yourself, to understand yourself, to listen to yourself, this is coming from likely some space and not the like, you need to know this right now. And I always say all of this with your own responsibilities, your own roles and responsibilities being tended to, but there may be little ways that you can start to pull some more space into your life. And now, as this guidance is coming through to protect what's coming, protect what's forming. This came up for me big time yesterday is the vision's getting more clear. How am I protecting this vision and making sure that what I feel so honored and guided towards in my life, in my business, that I am making sure that it has room to grow and breathe and is not getting snuffed out or crowded out by nonsense or chaos or dysfunction or whatever that flavor is for you. And so being sure that you are protecting what is forming, protect this emerging clarity. This heart math practice, if you do it regularly, a few times a day, maybe you're context shifting or moving to the next thing from the last thing, that you're able to, you can cultivate intention, but you can also just soothe the nervous system, calm down, and that can also create space. So again, I feel this shift strongly of the winter getting towards spring. It shows up here, the days start to get a little longer. The sun's not setting so early. The sunrise is coming earlier. And so that also, that light, that feels like that space as well. And letting yourself orient right now to what's important to you, to vision, to where you want to go this year. I would say that orientation, that focus, letting that take the precedence over action right now. There can be action, let it be inspired action, but just noticing like, where are you? Where are you headed? What matters to you? Giving that the priority right now and letting that fill up and have that space. And this clarity that's emerging for you, you're taking this into the rest of the year, right? We are coming close to spring. We have a long year yet. We're just getting going, right? And so the clearer you can get right now, the more you can start declaring and making that room. I have a sense that you're going to be having some good habits, some good patterns getting into place. You can do some experimenting right now and letting that take you on your way. So again, this came up big time in the last episode, but space is not avoidance, right? If you are having more space in your life, it is not because you're avoiding things. It is because you are creating room for other things. And so if the space includes you saying no, includes you making shifts, that do not internalize that as avoidance. Let yourself understand that you are creating this space and you have room for what matters most. And if you don't know what matters most, give yourself some time to feel around, to write, to do some visioning work. And oftentimes, the friction points in your life may be what needs the most attention and may need you reprioritizing and prioritizing what matters most. Change is happening all the time. It is already happening. We're all a work in progress. We are all a work in process, a work in progress, a work in process. Drop in the comments which one it is. And again, letting yourself reorganize your actions, your life right now based on the clarity that's emerging, again, connecting that to what matters most. And so when you're thinking about the next 90 days, right now we are sitting on Feb 5th of date of recording. You're getting this on the 9th, the day before my wedding anniversary. And so you are looking between 2/9 and 5/9, the week of my birthday. Anyway, I'm being fun. But you want to think about the next 90 days between now and first week of May. What matters most now? What gets your protected time? What are you making sure you have time for and other things are off limits because you're making that decision, right? Decidir, to cut. When you're deciding, you're cutting out the other options and allowing yourself to understand when you are honoring your priorities that you are coming into more and more of that coherence. I like to call that harmony, spelled HARMONEY for fun, and letting yourself Be proud. Respect that you are honoring your priorities, you're making time for what matters most, and how that shows up in the next 90 days can be little steps, simple steps, and experiment. All right. So do not rush what's emerging. There's some magic emerging. I sense that for everyone, just as much as there's what's wrong going on, there's what's right going on, as much as there is empowering choices, there's disempowering choices. There is very much a spectrum of existence happening for many people in the world. And using that gratitude to fully honor and embrace and feel embodied for exactly where you are right now and all the blessings and miracles that are here with you right now. And as you move forward, guide forward, walk forward. Yes, there's change. We know that that is inevitable. It's happening all the time and everything is connected, but that you just take all this into your own being and feel that empowerment in those choices. So don't rush what's emerging. It is coming. I have an announcement. Number one, we're right sitting around episode 170 of the Leela Life Show, so that's very exciting. If you've been with me since the beginning, that was in 2019, after my first podcast, deciding I'm going to go on my way and birth the Leela Life Show. It's been an absolute honor to share this time with you. And what has emerged to date through many different tests and experiments over these past, it's not even 6 years, it's more like 12 years, I would say, 13 years, and maybe my whole life, but the reorientation practice. And so, what I have noticed is that people get very disoriented during change. There could be loss, there could be shifts, there can be grief, there can be identity shifts, roles and responsibilities changing. So much change that we see all the time, and people, including myself, can get lost in that transition. And so, everything that I've created to date, I've noticed this common thread of transition and challenges in transition. And so this has given birth to the reorientation practice that you can join. You have an option to join for monthly or annually. And if you haven't been to the Leela Life website, there is a myriad of blog posts. There is the full library of these past episodes, and there are also freebies on the Leela Life website. One is a journal prompt, and the other is a little guidebook. And both of those you may feel supportive on your way. So if you have the funds to step into the reorientation practice, you may find this stabilizing as you're navigating change. And if not, check out these other uh, little goodies, freebies that I have for you. And thanks for being with me along the way. I will see you next week on the Leela Life Show. I'm rooting for you. Keep going, keep growing. Signing off.